Hey Coach, it's Matt Walrath, co-host of the VIP Nutrition Coach Show, a show where we teach coaches just like you how to earn a full-time income while working part-time hours by providing your clients with a VIP experience. And today's episode is near and dear to my heart because my partner in business, Kate, is interviewing one of our favorite clients, Yvette. Yvette is somebody who, when she started with us for 5 years, she was actually doing the opposite of what we teach. She was earning a part-time income while working full-time hours on her nutrition coaching business. And in today's case study, she breaks down exactly what she did to go from overworked and underpaid to being able to scale her business with ease. She's working less than 25 hours per week, and she's earning what most coaches could only dream of. So if you would like to figure out how you can earn that full-time income working part-time hours as a VIP nutrition coach, you're definitely going to want to take notes. Now, usually we do snippets of these shows from the online nutrition coach community, but today Yvette brought so much gold that we decided to give it to you in full. Enjoy.
What is up, coaches? Welcome to the online nutrition coach community. My name is Kate Jaramillo, and tonight I have an amazing guest, Yvette Styner. So you may notice that we're missing somebody pretty important, our visionary leader, Matthew Walrath. So the tech gremlins are in full effect tonight. So Matt was not able to jump on our Zoom, but you know what? We got you, coaches. We're going to have an amazing stream tonight, an awesome discussion with the incredible Yvette, and you're going to learn how she 10x'd her income in just 6 months' time. And I hope that this gives you inspiration for you to do it too. So right before I introduce the amazing Yvette, I just want to say that we go live right here in the online nutrition coach community every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And our goal is to just continue to deliver value to you so that you can be the coach that goes from hustling, maybe side hustling constantly, you're burning out, you're burning the midnight oil, you're not getting paid for what you're worth, and then to a position, oh my goodness, he's here, to a position where you are making a full-time income with part-time hours, and you are living the life that you love, generating the income that you love, and creating the impact that your heart desires. And look, he made it. Matt is here, guys. What's up, Matt?
Yep. Hopefully the tech gremlins stay at bay for the whole interview.
Yes. Hopefully they do. Well, welcome everybody. And so before we get started, Matt, you are the CEO here at Beyond Macros, our visionary leader. I would love for you to just say hello to everyone.
Yeah, what's up, everybody? I'm really excited to have Yvette up here because you may have seen Kate shares her wins like almost bi-weekly at this point. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to be a really good opportunity for everybody to see and hear directly from Yvette, like what does it take to actually build an amazing business, lots of impact, and to do it in only 25 hours a week.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, so Yvette has joined our family. She joined in the beginning of January, and it's just been so amazing to watch her. And Yvette, she has such an amazing background. She is a nutrition health educator. She's been working in that space for quite some time as a nutrition health educator. She is a CrossFit badass. I mean, you've seen her, right? Like, you see what I share? Okay, well, you see what I share. And she's just amazing. But you know what, Yvette? I'm not doing you any justice. Tell us about your background and your history, where you are.
Oh, gosh. My background? Is that what you asked me? Tell me your background.
Yeah, tell us where you are, where you're from.
Well, I live in Victoria, BC, Canada. Beautiful oceanside home. My life is amazing. I'm semi-retired. Nutrition was kind of kind of a little bit of a second career for me. I've always been in health and wellness, but I was primarily fitness forever, since my early 20s. So a personal trainer and fitness instructor for a long, long time. And it was after my third and final baby was finished high school that my husband and I knew that we were coming into, semi-retirement years. We wanted to travel a lot. And I didn't want to be tied to a physical location. I wanted something that I could do remotely because I knew we wanted to travel a lot, and I wanted to be able to pick my own hours. So I went back to school and got certified in nutrition, holistic nutrition specifically, about 7-8 years ago, and that's been my gig ever since. And lots of little certifications since then, because anyone who's in this industry, you're all like me, I'm sure, we're constant learners. So so that's what led me to fitness, from fitness to nutrition primarily.
Yeah. Ooh, so 8 or 9 years ago is when you became certified.
When I went back to school, yeah. So once I graduated and right away started, hustling to get this business going. It's been about 7 years now.
Wow. Oh my goodness. So thank you so much for sharing that, because I know that we've got some coaches here. Coaches, I would love for you guys to drop in the comments how long you've been working on your business. Yvette just shared 7 years.
Yeah.
7 years. Yeah. Well, tell us what that journey was like. How did it start for you, and what did it look like?
You know what? I was blissfully ignorant. My husband says that's just my style in life. I just head out on my mission, usually having no idea where I'm going, but I wanted to go there. So it was kind of the same. I have absolutely zero business background. But, at the time, ignorance is bliss. Like I said, it didn't stop me. I wanted to become a nutritionist. So I figured I was just going to become a nutritionist. I started a website and very quickly learned that I also had to be a techie guru and a marketer and a graphic designer and, all these other things that go along with being your own entrepreneur, and especially in the online world. So I certainly wasn't prepared for it. And I really had no background, but I think the fact that I was, like I said, in that semi-retired part of life where it was never, I was fortunate enough that I didn't need to generate a full-time income right away. Mm-hmm. So because I didn't have that right away. For a long time, I didn't have that, but that didn't stop me because it was still kind of a passion project for me. And I had the time and the luxury to be able to work at it without getting the full-time income. Sadly, I think a lot of people, that's what stops us in our tracks, right? Is that we're not making it financially, so we can't continue to work on our passion. And I think that's what sadly happens to a lot of nutrition coaches out there. I was fortunate enough that financially I was able to keep going without, but it didn't make it any less frustrating. My time is my most precious asset, especially now that my husband and I are in, semi-retirement years. Time is so valuable to me. So although making money wasn't a super high priority in terms of necessity, it was still really important to me because my time is so precious. So if I'm going to be spending my time helping people, working in a business, I want to feel like I'm being compensated for that time because it is valuable to me. So, and that unfortunately didn't happen for a long time until I met you guys.
Yeah. I know Matt can speak a lot to the time piece as well. I mean, like that was something that, and still is obviously valuable to both of us, but I know Matt really holds that sacred.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because I've seen the other side of things. When I had like 60 clients, I was working over 50 hours a week, like baseline. That was like an easy week. So now that I get to enjoy less than 30 hours a week, it's like I'm very protective. I never want to go back to that place where it's like 60-hour weeks is the norm again.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny because I was never able to get a high client load at any time. So the money wasn't coming in, but I can still relate to that, Matt. I still worked probably 60 plus hours a week because the less money I made, the more I worked, if that makes sense. Because the less money I made, the less successful the business was, the more I felt the need to spend more time on my business, trying to figure out what would work and just trying new things and, creating new content. And so, it's kind of funny, but the less money I made, the more hours I found I worked, which was that much more frustrating. Yeah. And then it was, it's also, it's mental health as well, because the less money I made, the less successful the business was, then it's always on my mind. So even though I still had the luxury, especially because I didn't have a full client load, right? I had the luxury of saying, I'm not going to work this weekend. We're going away. Well, I go away, but my head was never away, because it was just always that stress and that pressure, mentally, that, my business isn't working and what am I going to do next? So yeah, it was a lot of time, both physically and mentally, put into something that wasn't working for a while, unfortunately.
Yeah. And coaches, I posted about this. I hope you saw it recently, but Yvette's working, she's got that 25-ish hour work week, and she's a waitlisted coach. She has a wait list. Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah. Honestly, I think I told you guys this recently. I joined you guys in January. I was super excited. I was only a member of a part of the ONCC for a little while, but I had that feeling already that, this is good stuff. And I'm hoping that this is what's going to really help me turn things around. So I had that hope and that confidence in January when I signed up. But honestly, like, if somebody would have said that, this is truly going to happen. Like, I know you guys say, 6 months, we'll get you there, right? But like everybody, I'm sure I was that person that thought, that's the few, that's the, the select few people that actually do it. And here I am, and I've done it. It's pretty crazy.
Yes, you have.
Yeah.
We talked a lot about, we have talked about in our promotion and on the title of this live today about how you were able to 10x your income in 6 months. So Matt and I have both shared very openly and honestly how much we used to charge for our services. I charged $10 an hour. Matt did a donation. Bless his heart. Where were you at? What were you charging?
So first and foremost, I had a group platform that I charged $29 a month for. And that was only after a $10 price increase. It started at $19 a month. Yeah. And that same group, by the way, is $250 a month now. And when it comes to my one-on-one clients, I never asked for a commitment. That was my biggest the biggest thing that held me back. I never had the confidence to ask for a commitment. So I would really just do these one-ofs and then try to deliver as much value as I could in those one-ofs, and probably overwhelm the client. I know I overwhelmed myself. I certainly spent, for that 1 hour session with a client that I would charge $99 for, I was probably spending minimum 3 hours on my own on the computer, researching and creating their programming and stuff. So it not only was it not, paying me for my valuable time and my value that I was delivering, but I had no way of then supporting that client ongoing either. Mm-hmm. And often people don't know how to ask for that continuing support if you don't even offer it. So that just definitely, and then it put me in a position where I was just always trying to hustle for the next client too. So not a good model for sure.
Yeah. And okay, so like you said, that same exact model, or not same exact, because we've added so much more onto it because of all the things that you already had and that you were already delivering at that $19, then $29 a month. That's now, like you said, $250, almost $300 per month.
Yeah. So I mean, nothing. I don't think anything's ever lost, right? I hustled and grinded for almost 7 years, but I created a shitload of content in that time period. I created a lot of programming, and those are all resources now that I have at my disposal, and I'm able to share with the clients I have now. So. Yeah. And get compensated as I should for it.
Yeah. Your first VIP program package, what did we price that at per month? Was it at $400?
It was $500. We started at $500.
We started at $500. All right. So you went for it. You went from $29 a month to $500.
Yeah. I totally went for it, and I was scared shitless. And I think we all feel like imposters, right? Like I have imposter syndrome a little bit right now talking to you guys here, because my mind is still blown that I've had the success that warrants you guys talking to me in this call, right? So we all have that imposter syndrome, and I certainly had it back then. But if there is one piece of advice that I would give myself from 6 months ago, or that I would give other people who are starting off, like just bring out your alter ego and fake it till you make it. Like just jump in and do it, even if it doesn't feel like it's authentic really to you yet, because you don't have that confidence. Just speak like you have so much confidence in the world, and promise everything that you're going to do for that person, that client. And then once they enroll, you'll figure out a way how to do it. You'll figure out how to deliver that, because you do have the skills and you do have the knowledge. We're just lacking in confidence before we have the opportunity to practice it and put it into motion, right? So just do it and figure it out afterwards.
That is solid gold. What an amazing piece of advice.
Yeah. And it's the other thing that helps with the confidence, obviously a little bit, is just knowing that you guys have done it. And you guys have show us examples of people who have done it. So it must work, right? Is kind of what I thought at the time. So word for word, you guys give us, and I think I mentioned this to you recently, Kate, like that's one of the biggest benefits I took away from what you guys, the resources and tools and support you give us, is literally word for word, say this. And when they come back and with this, say this. And that to me is gold, because it's one thing to get business advice, just general concepts. But when you guys literally hold our hands through the process, I think that was so helpful for me. Yeah. Especially in the beginning. It still is, but especially in the beginning.
Yeah, because you've got those words now, girl. Like
you just have to say them out loud a few times and see how they resonate with people, and then you get so confident saying them, they become your own. Then, yeah, it works. It works.
Yeah. Oh, I love hearing you say that, because it's absolutely true. Yeah, I would love to know what it first felt like the very first time you quoted that $500 a month investment.
Really awkward. It was awkward. But you know what? Actually, in hindsight, not as uncomfortable as I would have thought, because of the lead up to that. Again, it's that exact step-by-step process that you guys teach us, that by the time you get to that point of saying what the price is, you've helped that person to dig out, unearth their own problem and what the cost is to them, and how meaningful this is to them, how much they want it, how much value it is to them. So they've almost, again, your step-by-step and exact word track process, that pulls that out of people, and they pretty much talk themselves into your coaching program before you tell them how much it costs. Honestly, what I found, I was just communicating the other day, I was messaging with another coach in our group. We were messaging and just chatting, and this person asked me about handling objections, and I must be really good at it, because I have a wait list, I have a full client list roster. And I said, no, I don't think I'm good at it at all. I haven't had much practice at it. I can't take any credit for that, because I just haven't dealt with it a lot. I haven't dealt with a lot of objections yet. And I really think that is because of the process of, of setting the goals and the vision and the cost that you guys teach us. Yeah. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, that it really is like I can speak from that too. It's really music to our ears to see somebody who like just absorbs everything so well and then like takes it and puts it into practice immediately and just does it. Like you said, like just step away, like step into the fear, rise up and just do it. And how collaborative you are with your clients and helping them understand like what their deep pain points are, but then being able to deal them hope and show them like what that beautiful outcome is going to be when they walk with you on that journey.
Yeah. I think that people love to be heard and listened to, feel like they're being really listened to. And one of the things that when we were chatting the other day and, you guys asked me just about what are some of the most impactful things to, think about that. And definitely it's that process, it's those word tracks, and that process of repeating back and reflecting back to the client or prospective client, because we're just on a call at this point in time. But I noticed, and I'm kind of talking about two things here in this one statement, but I noticed way back when I first spoke to one of your team members about what your program was all about. And right from the get-go on that call, I was keenly aware of how she was speaking to me and how I felt from that. And I was really aware of how much she was listening to me, and she would reflect back, and she got me. She really got me. And I thought, oh, okay, finally somebody is listening. Like I've had so much gimmicky business help in, over the course of these 6-7 years of grinding and hustling in my business. And it was the first time that I really felt like somebody's really listening to me. They get what I'm struggling with. And just having that was validation for me enough that, okay, they're going to probably do a better job of helping me, solve my problems because they actually get what my problems are. They're listening to me. So, and that's the process that you guys then, teach us is listening to them, reflecting back. And that's golden right there. People, right from the get-go, you've sent the message to them that this coach gets me and is going to listen to me, and therefore sounds like probably do everything in their power to help me, achieve my goals.
Yeah. Thanks for remembering that and sharing that. And coaches, I've been talking a lot, and I want to hand over the mic to Matt, because I know he's so super proud of you as well. And in the meantime, for everyone who's watching the live stream, what have been some of your biggest takeaways so far? I know one person said people love to be heard. So true. Yes, absolutely. We have another person that's coming from that used to work a job that kept them tied to 70 or 80 hours a week in their past career, and knowing that they're never going to do that again. So you're definitely being very inspiring, Yvette.
Oh, thank you.
No doubt. So I'm actually curious to draw out a little bit, now that you've hit this point where you're earning that full-time income, working part-time hours. What next? What keeps you motivated? Why not just stay where you're at, today? Why do you keep pushing forward?
Great question. I want to keep working. I want to keep reducing the hours that I'm working. I want to keep going with this now. So, I'm doing pretty good now in the 25-ish hours a week that I'm working. But how cool would it be if I could, keep this business growing and do it in 20 hours? Maybe a little bit less even. So yeah, and ultimately I still want to, I want to help more people. And that's where, the one-on-one has been so successful for me. I'm waitlisted for it, but there's that fear in the back of my mind that, oh my gosh, I have 4 more discovery calls booked this week. And what if I can't help them? I got no room. I'm waitlisted. And so I want to help people. I want to find a way to now get even that much more efficient with my time, that I can continue delivering value to more people without working a whole bunch more hours. Yeah. Yeah, that probably sums it up.
Yeah. Awesome. I mean, I think that's why so many of us, it's like we all want to have this huge impact. And at the same time, hey, why not live an amazing lifestyle? Why can't we all be semi-retired like Yvette?
Yeah, exactly. Right. Well, and the thing is too, again, so like I said, because the business, I feel like it's successful now. When I'm not working, I'm really not working. Like I've let it go. I can let it go and I can relax, which is just so awesome. I just feel so balanced and grounded. It's really been life-changing. It honestly is life-changing. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, if somebody would have told me 6 months ago that it was really possible, and there's still a part of me that's like, okay, this is all luck so far, right? This is all luck so far. Like, are all my clients going to go away next month? So, yeah, it's almost like it's too good to be true, but it's here and it's happening. And it didn't even take 6 months because I was waitlisted, 5 months in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
We just had a really great question come in that said, how do you decide how many clients you can take?
Oh, yeah, such a good question. So once upon a time, I thought 20. And then as soon as I got like 2 or 3, I thought, I don't think I can handle 20. And if I worked full time, if I was willing to work full time, probably, yeah, I could. Mm-hmm. So then I decided 15. And then when I got close to 10, I decided, no, it's going to be 10. I was feeling pretty good with 10. But then I'm not doing any cold calling. Again, we haven't even talked about this yet, but that's been one of the most impactful things in the program as well, is just learning how to put yourself out there and your messaging, your social content. So man, did that ever work? Because as soon as I started doing my own, it's time consuming for me. It doesn't come quickly for me yet, but it's getting better. But as soon as I started doing that on my own, oh my gosh, that's when things really blew up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I still have, like this week alone, I have 4 discovery calls, people who've just found me through Instagram, Facebook, or Google. Not in any group where I've tried to communicate with them. And these are just organic leads coming in. So anyway, I totally lost my thought. Where was I going with that?
Oh, you were saying like no cold calling.
Yeah. And how many clients? So anyway, got to 10 clients and thought, okay, this is going to be I'll cap it here. But then those calls kept coming in. So I thought, okay, I can maybe go up to 15. And then I even went to 16 at one point. Now a few of them are finishing. So, it's going back down and I can accommodate a couple on the wait list now. So yeah, how do you decide? It depends on how many hours you have that you plan to work, I guess. For me, not wanting to work more than like top 30 hours a week on in and on my business in total. 15 was feeling like a lot. I'm really hoping to not have to be at 15 anymore. I could do 15, but I'd only be helping 15 people. So I'm at a point where I'm trying to shift a little bit into some more group stuff so I can help more people with a few less hours and maybe have my one-on-ones capped at 10. So that's where I'm at right now. But yeah, I think the answer to that is really it depends on how many hours you plan to work in a week. Yeah. Given that, roughly maybe an hour a week, I kind of time budget 1 hour a week per client. So that's, that's all in, whether I have my one-on-one sessions with them bi-weekly and the in-between weeks, I'm just reviewing food logs and giving them some feedback online. Every now and then I might have to research and create a new meal plan or something, but I kind of time budget about an hour a week for each one-on-one.
Yeah. Awesome. Somebody asked too, with your group program, are your groups online?
Yeah, everything is online. Everything is all online. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 100% online. Delivery of content, communication, private Facebook group, exclusive resources, on my website or stuff like that. Everything is entirely online. I have a few local clients that COVID permitting, depending on where we've been at with regulations, restrictions in the last year, I might meet in person, but yeah, pretty much everything is online.
Awesome. You mentioned something, and I have to bring this up because we just did, the social media masterclass and messaging masterclass. So you had mentioned that like now, when you took over your content, you noticed a huge uptick. So I wanted to say, because I knew this about you, because you wanted to only work a certain number of hours per week, you had outsourced some marketing and content creation.
Yeah.
And that was not generating those inbound leads.
No,
That you. Yeah.
And that was amazing to see that the difference in how many inbound leads have started to come since I started doing my own social media. Yeah, it's great. Yeah. And I mean, I thought that the social media was okay before, but it just wasn't me, I guess, it wasn't my voice.
Right.
Yeah. And I think, obviously the benefit is that you get more calls coming in, more people wanting to book discovery calls with you, but triage calls with you. But the other benefit to doing it yourself is that what you put out there, how you word things, it's you. So the people who are getting to know you on social media, they're getting to know you, the real you, and then they decide they like that and they feel comfortable with what you're putting out there, and they're thinking they want to work with you, so they reach out to you. So then you don't have to worry about being anything but you on that call with them because they've already gotten to know you. Does that make sense? Like,
yep, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah. So I think the social media is something that I'll, unless I find some unicorn in the future, that is just like me, a little clone of me. I'll see if I can keep doing my own social media. It seems to be working. So.
Well, we love you. So you bring that little clone right over to us so we can push her up and then have her work for you. Amazing. Oh my gosh. There have been so many gold nuggets dropped in here. I know Matt is dealing with a bit of tech gremlins. Matt,
he's frozen on the screen. Oh no, he's back now. Frozen again.
Oh man. No, this has been so fantastic.
Yeah, the tech gremlins have been full on today.
Yeah. Are there any other questions that you have for Matt or Matt for Yvette?
No, he's frozen again.
Or if our coaches who are watching, any other questions that you have for Yvette in her incredible journey? So she's more than 10x'd her rates.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I have to say, every time I do my banking, when I go into my banking, it is I just love watching the bank account grow. It is honestly so. And, it's funny because, again, it's not like so many of us, we do this work because we want to help people. That's truly what it's all about. But let's face it, we need to live. Right. Some of us more than others. I know I've been fortunate enough that I didn't start off building my business in a dire financial need that I had to earn that full-time income right away. So, that's been a blessing for me. But at the end of the day, it is business, and to feel like you are successfully running a business, we want that revenue coming in. So, it's been really amazing for me to watch that come in. And the other thing I wanted to maybe comment on for others, because I know this was big for me in the beginning. I remember talking to Shauna early on, and I was like just really brutally honest with her. She was saying that, you could easily be like, Yvette, you could easily be charging $500 a month for nutrition coaching. And I was blown away. I was absolutely blown away the first time I heard that statement being made. And I said, I got to be honest with you, Shauna, I would never in a million years pay $500 a month for nutrition support. Like, God, no, I would never pay that to somebody. She goes, that's because you don't need it. You're not struggling with your nutrition. So that was such a huge message for me. You are not your ideal client. You are not your ideal client. So I I expressed how I would never pay $500. I would never pay that kind of money for nutrition support. But where I was really struggling in life, really struggling, and it was really impacting both like my mental health, my, everything, was my business. So when I found what I believe to be a solution to my problem, you guys, money wasn't an issue at all for me.
Amazing. That was absolutely incredible. And we say that a lot, like looking at who your ideal client is. Yeah, you're right. It's not you right now. Yeah. It's you 5 minutes ago or 5 years ago or whatever it is. That was an amazing piece of advice. Yeah. Amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
A couple other questions came in for you, and we have these two, and then we'll have room for maybe one more before we wrap up with Yvette tonight. So somebody said, Madden, social media, my curse. How did you overcome that hurdle and make content that generates organic inbounds?
Showing up on the content calls, literally. Yeah. Like a lot of my, especially in the first month or couple months, and even still sometimes, my posts are largely word for word with a little bit of changes, what is on our documents that we create, like all the group creates, right? So yeah, there's so much good stuff in there. So when I'm trying to figure out what to post, I take my lead honestly from those documents, those Google Docs that are available there for us. And then I just, tweak it a little bit for me, maybe. Plan it a little bit. Like if I have something specific coming up that I want to kind of get people excited about or gear the interest towards that, then I'll make that the topic. But then what I do is I, again, just go through all the Google Docs and look for, something. Did they create any posts yet about, I don't know, protein pancakes or whatever? And there's yeah. So,
but that's an important thing that you mentioned is that you put your spin on it. But you put for your voice and for your soulmate client.
Yes. Yeah.
I love that. Super important. And then the other question was, you've been doing this for several years. How long did it take for you to build your social media network?
So the social media, even though it wasn't my voice with my consistent content in the last couple of years, because I like I said, I was outsourcing that. I did nonetheless have a little bit of a presence on social media because back in the day when I was like fitnessing, and I still fitness on a personal level, not professionally, but personally. So a lot of the Yvette posts, not the Mipstick Nutrition, not my company posts, but just my personal posts would go on those same pages. Mm-hmm. And so people still kind of got a sense, I guess, of who I was, and I had a little bit of a presence already. And I think that's so, so important. If you can't think of what to post, like businessy for now, well, just post you for now. Just I don't know, take a photo of your breakfast and post it, or just start. And if you don't really know what you're all about, ask your friends and family, like the people that follow you and read your posts, tell you what you're all about. Like just be you on there, and that'll give that'll be a presence anyway. Like nobody's going to call you if they don't know about you. And in the online coaching world, that's how people know about you. You've got to be online. You got to be on Facebook. You got to be on Instagram. You got to be out there. So even if you don't know anything, if you're struggling with a businessy post to make, just even make them personal posts, but just get your face out there, get your words out there so people get to know who you are.
Yeah, absolutely. And like you said, even though it wasn't necessarily like your content right away and it wasn't like all of your heart and soul behind it, it was consistent. Yeah,
there was something there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I was fortunate enough that I had that for a while already, but I don't know. I mean, what do you think, Kate? If you're posting consistently, even for, a few months, I mean, I would think that, the people who are interested in the things you're talking about, they're gonna remember who you are.
Yeah, exactly. And especially at the times when like it feels like slow, like it feels like a slow month or it feels like a slow whatever, especially it's like, when we approach the holidays, I think it's this myth that it's like, oh, well, no one's investing in themselves at this point because they just want to enjoy the holidays and stuff. It's like, well, maybe, I mean, that mindset is definitely not going to call in your soulmate client. But the other thing is that even if it's true that your soulmate client may not think of investing like right on the holidays, if they know that if you've been the one that's been in front of them for months.
Exactly. They're going to think of you first.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're going to think of you first. Yeah. And when it comes to social media, the other wow thing for me was you guys, and this is what I love about working with people who know the tips that you get, the real life tips you have about technology and algorithms and all that. I don't know about that kind of stuff. And I remember when you said that, these beautiful images, graphics that my outsourcing, they were doing for me, they're beautiful images. And that's what I was attaching to my posts. But you said that you guys let us know that the algorithms actually favor like real, like just normal photos of you, and people like seeing you. People like seeing a photo of you. So I started changing, like probably 80 or more % of all my posts go out with some photo of me. And that felt uncomfortable at first because I thought, oh, that's such like blatant self-promotion. But people like seeing you. They want to get to know you. And that worked really, really well too. All the posts that have a photo of myself get crazy engagement as opposed to some beautiful graphic.
Yeah.
So that was a really great piece of advice too. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, no, your content has been fire. It's been amazing. So just like you, Yvette, we have so many people here in the online nutrition coach community that hang out and that I hope are really like acting on the value that we deliver by bringing in amazing speakers like yourself. But if they were considering taking their business to the next level and potentially like coming on board in one of our VIP coaching programs, or you know what, even just taking the step to book a value call or, a business audit where, we can get our eyes on your business, on their business, and see if we can even help, or just at least have the opportunity to serve in some way to help their businesses grow forward. What kind of advice would you give those people right now?
There's no harm in a call. Like make the call. The insight that you'll get from whoever it is that you speak to, like I spoke to Shauna initially, and she like I said, she listened. I got the sense that she really got what I was struggling with. And in that first like 15, 20 minutes that I was chatting with her, there's no charge for it or anything. And there's no, there's no like, hook or anything like that. But she explained and gave me some really good tips that first day as to how I might want to change what I was doing. And it was like mind blowing to me. I'm like, are you kidding? Like, that's crazy. I couldn't do that. But then her words stuck with me for a little while, right? At first, it was so out of my comfort zone. The guide, like the tips that she gave me, but then it kind of sat with me for a while, and I'm like, okay, that makes sense. And then I was in the ONCC group, so I'm seeing the kind of stuff that is in there on a regular basis, and I was seeing a lot of repeating what Shauna had said. I'm like, oh, okay, it sounds like this is the way it's more beneficial to do it this way or whatever. So even if you don't go any further with it, you'll still, I think, get set off on a direction that'll be beneficial for you. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. And pay attention to what you guys are doing with us in the ONCC, because the way you talk to us, the things you post for us, you guys are an online business, right? You guys are an online business, and that's what we're trying to be successful in. So pay attention to the way you guys speak to us and the things you post for us, the way you work with us. And even if that's all you do is pay attention to what you guys do, we're learning from that. Yeah.
That is such a gold piece of that. There are so many golden nuggets that have been dropped tonight, coaches. So I want you guys, please show Yvette some love and let us know, what some of the most valuable lessons that you've pulled out from tonight's call. And look, if you're sitting here and you are in a place where you really want a 10 extra income and you want to be able to earn a full-time income working part-time hours, I want you to drop Yvette in the comments, and one of our amazing specialists can reach out to you simply to have a business audit with you. As Matt always says, this is just a call where we serve you. We do not sell you on this call at all. It's just like Yvette said, to help you maybe see things from another perspective that you haven't been able to see for yourself. Because when we are in it every day, doing the hustle and grind, and just thinking like, well, I'm missing something. There's some kind of secret sauce that I'm not missing. Maybe in this 15-minute call, we can remind you that you are the secret sauce, but also give you a few ways that you can make some changes and upgrade your life. Yeah. Oh, Yvette, you're getting some love pouring in. So much gold. Shower her in love and your takeaways. Yes, that's for Matt. Yvette is all gold. You certainly are. You certainly are. Is there anything that we didn't cover that you would like to say to our
Oh gosh, I tried to take some notes earlier. I think we kind of covered. Yeah. Well, I think we covered off. Yeah. I think I don't know. I could go on forever talking about just, it's just so good to get support from people who know what they're talking about. In 6-7 years of the grind, I spent so much money and so much time on, business help from people that maybe weren't qualified or tried to sell me solutions that were beyond me that I didn't really need. And you guys keep it simple. It's simple steps, but you actually, I keep saying the word hand holding, and that might have a negative connotation for some people, but no, it's such a big world, and this is really so foreign to so many of us when we start. Like I said, I thought I was becoming a nutritionist. I didn't know I was going to be a social, like an online digital marketer and a whatever and a this and a that, right? So it's really foreign to a lot of us. So to have you guys really simplify it right down to itty bitty baby steps and say this, do that. It's so helpful as we take those baby steps and implement and learn. And it works. It clearly works.
Yeah. Love it. Well, it works because you take action. It works because you take action. And coaches, that's what I'd like to wrap up with tonight. But please keep the love for Yvette pouring in so that she can see this when the stream ends. Remember to type Yvette in the comments so that, we can check out your business and help you out with a business audit. But it all does come down to taking action. And sometimes that action is scary AF, right? Like Yvette said, she was scared shitless sometimes, and you will be. And that's a good thing, because when you come outside of your comfort zone, you're asking your clients to do the same thing. Remember that, because where they at right now, they are uncomfortable, but they're comfortably uncomfortable because they haven't done those things and those steps and made those investments and commitments and promises to themselves in the way that you're inviting them to do.
Right.
So rise up and meet your clients invite your clients to meet you at the level that you're at so that they can change their lives too.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
That up.
We love you guys. Thank you so much for joining us, Yvette. We love you so much. Chat with you soon. Bye, guys.
All right, coaches, that's it for today's episode. If you'd like to hear the rest of this training, get access to tons more like it, plus other free trainings and resources to help you scale your online coaching business, you can head directly to the Online Nutrition Coach Community Facebook group or go to beyondmacros.com/community to get access. Plus, I'll send you our most popular live class, which will show you how to go from side hustle to full-time coach in less than 6 months. I hope to see you in the community so I can put a face to the name. I'll see you there.